Okay, hi there folks. Welcome to the second of my borrowed builds, or borrowed unboxings I should say. Again, my good friend Dan brought these two kits over for us to take a look at. So this is again 1/72, his preferred scale. It's the Hobby 2000 HAWKER Hurricane Mk1A late. It's the British Aces 1940 boxing, so they do two boxings of this, and they are both based on the Hesse-Gal plastic from the mid-90s. So it is kit number 72030. Blurb here, not about the Hurricane, but about the main markings, as of course they are from the quite infamous Douglas Bader. Usual blurb on the end there. Health and safety blurb going on just there. And again, usual blurb on the end there. So let's take a look. It's been a while since I've had a look at the little tiny 1/72 here. Should be able to do this all on camera. Our usual supply, model kits for less. Go and check them out. Emma and Mike and all the rest of them. So, very quick look. We have, again, all boxed up in one bag, as is usually the way for reboxings. Just there, we have no etch in this one. But we do have, again, a quite important paint mask for that birdcage canopy of theirs. We have the decals here, which again are printed by Cartograph, so they should be very nice. A rather rudimentary instrument panel decal, if you prefer those. Some nice stencils that all look quite sharp and very easy to read. Get the old thing to me. Again, these are Cartograph, I do expect. They're going to be fantastic. Again, 1/72, small aircraft, so not much to do there. But we're liking that so far. And on obviously to the instructions, so slightly smaller version of the ones we saw the other day with the Arado. So this is literally just leaflet size. So we've got the parts call out, and including the painting mask. We've got paint call outs, again in AK Interactive, Alcad, Ammo, Hataka, Mystical, and Tamiya, as they tend to. So we like those. On the back we have the marking options, so we've got three options in this one. We've got the famous Douglas Bader, so LED. We have Ian Gleed, who's obviously also a very famous Battle of Britain pilot, with the little red flash on the nose. And we have another equally famous Arthur Clowes there from One Squadron in 1940 with JXB. Of course, he's quite famous for being markings used by the Battle of Britain Memorial flight as well in later years, or more recent years I should say. So nice, all full colour, looking good. Again, I'm not expecting this to be too difficult. It's going to be a pretty simple build, so let's take a quick look. Starting on the cockpit, got a rudimentary seat and our cockpit base going in. Then we've got the fuselage closing in around that and the instrument panel just there. Main wings, again pretty simple, two parts there. Choices there to I think drill out if you're looking at cannons there. We've got the noses separate, so that's going on next. The little insert for the bottom. Then got the main undercarriage. Again, pretty simple there. And we've got some options there. So depending on whether you want the tail wheel in flight or not. Then we've got, well, again, horizontal stabilizers going on. I always leave them towards the end to make easy painting. Got the radiator going on, some smaller aerials, etc. going on just there. And then finally, canopy, propeller, and the landing light glazing going on. So very simple. Yeah, we always do love a 1/72 build sometimes for being, a bit of a mojo builder. So let's see if this one's going to be. So again, one bag, so need to be a little careful opening this up. It's also not mine, so we'll take a look, see. But just to prove that I don't take a good look through these before. So you're seeing this as quickly as me. So we've opened it up fresh. Nothing in the bag. We have some smaller parts here, separately bagged, including the glazing. So we'll look at those in a second. So we've got several small sprues here. So We've got sprue N, which is 2 of the propeller blades. They look kind of nice. We've got a tiny little raised detail here, just to help with the wingtip painting. We've got the exhausts there, which, you know, unsurprisingly, this scale aren't open, but that did the job. Looking nice. We have basically the same sprue, just here, but also added on to that is the tiny little tail wheel, which looks quite nice. We've got the all-important wings, so this looks like the metal wing. Looking at this. So does look like we've got a tiny little divot just there from the injection moulding. What's on the opposite side of that? Yeah, see that's showing this through. Not horrible. It'll be all right. We've got some lovely restrained detail here. If you don't like the Airfix one for being a bit chunky, I always think that's on purpose because they already expect a lot of their models to brush paint. But if you do want something a little bit more restrained, this looks a beautiful option. Some nice fabric effect on those. So liking that. And on the back side we've got basically nothing. No reason to worry about that. We have the nose section. So looking pretty good. Obviously, again, you can have some lines to clear up around the top, but again, there's no specific detail right there by that edge anyway. All the details further down near the exhaust, so that's fine. We've got that little insert there, so it looks like they might be thinking about other Hurricanes maybe in future. Maybe. This is reboxing, so that's just fine. We have a choice of noses for the propeller, depending on which model you're going with, so longer and shorter. A little bit of flash on those, but nothing that can't be easily tidied up. Very solid looking boss there for locating. On the camera that looks like properly messed up, but it's actually not. It is pretty solid looking. But it does look like got a little bit of flash like inside it. So you might need a little bit of cleaning up there just to make a nice fit. We have the radiator, which has some lovely detail already sunken into it. In the front there, that'll look quite nice with some careful painting. A little bit of scratching, but nothing that a decent layer of paint will cover. So, should do the job. No particular detail on the back side of it, but I wasn't really expecting much at the scale. All important underwing. It's all one piece. Again, with the landing all added in there already. This looks lovely. To be fair, again, I'm seeing a little bit of scoring from the parts being knocked about, but should be fine. I'm not really feeling anything as I run my finger across it. Clean the parts up. Again, some lovely restrained detail. I'm liking the undercarriage bays. They're quite simple, but certainly do the job in this scale. Again, with that lovely fabric effect on there. Looking on the back side, if there's anything, again, we might have maybe some of these just to clean up a little bit, just to make sure that the fitment of top to bottom doesn't foul, but looks okay. Now, right, okay, so we have the fuselage parts. These look really nice and clean. There's no flash really on those. We've got some sharp detail around there. Perfect, obviously, for people who, again, think the Airfix one might be a bit much. Also, don't want to spring for maybe the armour kit. Might think it's a little bit too much money. Tailplanes look quite nice. I would maybe argue perhaps this ribbed effect is a little overdone. The real thing aren't that bad. It's a bit over the top, but again, I mean, that's going to be pretty fun trying to get the decals to lie flat on that. So if this was me, I would probably sand over those a little bit to calm that down. But we've got the wheels there, they're looking nice. The wrong side really for this detail. So we've got some nice ribbed effect on the tail planes just there. Some of the smaller parts. Again, wheels, pretty simple. Oh, we've got some ejection marks on the wheels. That's not so fun. That is a little disappointing, in all honesty. The chair is about as simple as it gets. So you know what I would expect. Probably the easiest way actually would be a pilot figure from somewhere. The inside of the doors again have got injection marks on them. I'm unsure exactly how much that you're really going to see though once you put the legs on. Which look quite decent, even though they are tiny. And yeah, we've got injection marks on the other side of the wheel as well. So that's not no, sorry. Each one has got injection marks on the back side. So well, maybe you can clean them up. They'll be all right because that side, the side you're really going to see, and they're fine. So okay. And we have, as I say, the clear parts. So again, just opening it up myself now, so that I don't have any. So I'm not quite sure. We've got these plugs as well for something. I didn't see what those were used for. I couldn't remember. I'll have another quick look at the instructions in a bit. We have the canopy there. Now, obviously, again, this is a Hurricane, so it's quite heavily framed. Got a little tiny bit of flash across the bottom edge, but nothing much. It's not quite as good as the one that was in the Urado. It again does look a little bit scratched up, but again, in all honesty, it does look clear. Once you get all that framing on, you're really going to see nothing anyway. Of course, you've only got the option for closed, unfortunately. So if you want open, you're going to have have some thoughts. The landing lights look quite nice as well. Get that to focus. They've got a little bulb in there, so you can dribble a little paint in the back, and that'll look the part there. So yeah, serviceable, but quite nice. So we have a different option to you guys. So if you don't fancy our Airfix kit, you think the detail is a little overdone, and you don't fancy springing out the kind of money for the armour kit, or you see this on the shelf at a good price, I'd go for it, to be honest. It's not absolutely perfect, but I think it will build up to a pretty nice little looking Hurricane. Obviously, you know, pretty important markings in there as well to get you started. So yeah, general recommendation: go get yourself one. As always, like, share, subscribe. Please comment. Comments are best. Comments obviously let me know what you guys want to see. So also, I think our YouTube has now started uploading my videos in 4K as well. So if you want to tell me how things are looking, if they're looking sharper or better, if you like it, if you don't, let me know. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye bye.